Hello dear souls, and welcome to another Pico card reading. This is Celeste, and with this reading we are exploring how to get in the flow. This means how to get connected with your path, with your divine team, your soul and spirit, and access abundance, luck, fortune and love, whatever is there on your path for you to reach. Sometimes we get out of flow and we feel out of sync with ourselves, and we feel down and we do not know how to get back in that state of just going with it, of our life, just going with the flow and having that easiness of being in sync with ourselves, of feeling whole, of feeling connected. For me, this experience has been really emotional because what I need to do to get in the flow is to open up more and be who I am, a really loving person, to express love and to be safe in doing that, because I do not actually feel safe in expressing love in the world in general, with people and with certain rules and certain regulations and stuff. And I do not actually open up and be myself, and I'm not myself in that type of way when I am not expressing love, when I am not connecting with who I really am and how much love I can give and offer, and I'm not okay with that all of the time. To get the best out of your reading and learn what's the key to clarity and how to work with the reading, then you can watch the videos in the playlist Get the Best Out of Your Readings, link in the description box. To remind yourself of the main points, listen to the video section named How to Work with a Reading. If you are new to Pico card readings or you desire to remember how they work, then let me explain. This is an introduction, but if you desire to find out the key to clarity and how to make Pico card readings work for you, then I invite you to check out the video named The Key to Make Pico card readings work for you, link in the description box. This is a general reading with a personal touch because you get to choose between a number of piles, usually 4. I am reading for a group and for dominant energy. If you are close to the dominant frequency, then most things will resonate. If you are not, then some things will resonate. You will need to pick and choose what works for you and let all other things go. The majority of readings are timeless. This means you can find and use them at any point in your life experience. If readings are connected to a certain period of time, then that will be mentioned in the title. You can also come back to a timeless reading in a different moment of your life and choose another pile with which you resonate at that time. Do not expect this to be like a personal reading, although sometimes it may feel this way. Personal readings will help you personally, while general ones will help you generally. Try not to take things literally and to let the information sit with you for a while. The actual guidance will come from your divine self. Let the guidance arise from within. Remember that you have free will and no reading can actually bind you. If uncomfortable feelings or judgments come to the surface, or you get triggered somehow, remember that this is a general reading and I usually recommend that you let them go because they might not be about you. If they are intense and you still feel they are about you, then this is a great opportunity for you to work with them. By working with the uncomfortable issues, you grow and expand in consciousness. After you choose your pile, you can go into the description box and find the timestamps so that you can jump straight to your reading. You can choose one pile or more. Take into account that you may not find the appropriate reading for you from the first time. In this case, just try another pile. Sometimes you may not find a pile that speaks to you, and this means there may not be a message for you in that reading at that moment. Let's discuss a bit about how to get the best out of this reading. If you wish to go in depth with this topic, then you will find in the description box an entire playlist with videos about this subject, like for example, how these readings work, what's the key to clarity, how to work with them and get all of the benefits, how to choose a pile, and others. Each reading has the potential to help you, but your action will also be needed. By integrating and clearly understanding the message, you will help yourself by making the information work for you in a beneficial way. A general reading, like the collective readings and the pick a card readings, will need a different type of attention from you than a personal reading, since not all information will be for you. During the reading, my voice and my state may change often and represent the energy being exposed through the reading and not necessarily my own natural state. Sometimes my voice will express many vibrations all at once, and this may prove to be uncomfortable. Some readings may get you confused because of the liminal space I'm working from, the energy explored, and because many times the information may not be offered in a linear way. Confusion precedes clarity and also deep insight. So if you work with the reading to get to the surface of your consciousness, the clarity and a deep insight, you will benefit from them. Some readings may trigger you or activate uncomfortable feelings and judgments. This is a general reading, so I invite you to focus only on what resonates and let everything else go. If you find that you cannot do this and the feelings are intense, then remember that this is a great opportunity for you to notice these triggers, these feelings and judgments, and work with them to understand their message. I have my own language, so even if for me the message may be clear, for you it might not be, or it may take some time. By working with the reading, you will arrange it and order it so you may clearly understand it. Clarity comes with proper integration and time. You can do this by taking notes, making a summary, taking your time and contemplating on the visions and questions, using the exercises if there are any mentioned. Re-listening will always help you better integrate the information. When you re-listen, you will understand new things, new details, and new perspectives. Sometimes re-listening is strange. It is like you've never listened before, although you did. This happens to me too, and most of the times is very exciting. These are some ideas to get you started, but you may receive more according to what you need, so take your time with it. The clearer it is, the more useful it will be. And clarity comes with order and integration. So let's find out more about my style and how I use visions. Visions are really important to me. They guide and connect all aspects of a reading and provide direction and integration. Visions for general readings like collective or group readings and pick-a cards are metaphorical and not literal. They are not meant to be analyzed or interpreted in any other way than in the context of the reading. The visions are meant to be an experience of connection to your divine self, an experience that is felt rather than thought. If you let yourself be driven by the experience, then you may receive genuine intuitive insights and memories that will be of great help to you. I have my own symbolic language that may be different from yours, so the visions speak only my own language and not any other. Because of this, I do not recommend that you start to logically analyze them or use any other symbol dictionaries to interpret them. By trying to do this, you may confuse yourself and lead yourself astray. Visions may be literal, expressing past or future events from your life, aspects of past lives, Akashic record data, but only in the personal readings, and they will arrive only if they are relevant to the reading. Some visions are a combination of memories or a mix of metaphorical and literal elements to provide further meaning. Will I know that they are literal? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but that message is not always meant for me. Even with literal visions, I will still translate the underlying message provided by divine guidance because this will bring more meaning and understanding of the matter. Metaphorical visions are the norm because they provide deep meanings and I need to see more than it is obvious or literal. So for the people who like to analyze things, my recommendation is to let this go and enjoy the experience because it will provide far more meaning and usefulness. These visions are what my clients connect with the most and what stays with them for a long time, unfolding more and more in their mind, giving them treasures of insight and clarity. Visions also tend to help my clients remember the guidance whenever they need to. They are a key to proper integration and clarity. I usually call for visions at the start of a reading to direct the reading, but I may receive other smaller ones during the readings. I may not convey all visions that I see because it will take just too much time, but I will convey their meaning. Visions will tell me about the general or personal context of the reading if I do not ask a specific question. For general readings, it's a bit more difficult for me because I do not have a specific person to connect with, but I'm managing to find a way to do this. My style's foundation rests on clairvoyance and empathy. Visions help provide context, direction, integration of aspects, while empathy helps me connect with the energy of the person I am reading for or with a group and provides deep insight. My focus is on healing the connection between body, mind, spirit, and soul by providing deep insight into how we function as a whole being. I am also here to remind you of the power of conscious choice, action, and free will. Now let's choose your pile. In this introduction, I am going to make a quick meditation so you get into a state of relaxation and mental silence. First, take a few normal breaths, come back to yourself and center. To ease the state, I'm going to quickly guide you. Relax and get comfortable. Feel your body and notice the tensions. Let go of the tensions slowly and become soft. Clear your mind and your emotional field. Ground and stabilize your field. Strengthen your auric protection and safety. Strengthen and stabilize. Strengthen and stabilize. Strengthen and stabilize. Feel safe within your field. Imagine a sphere of light, any color you desire, around your body and feel safe within. If you cannot imagine, it's okay. Just feel the contours and the energy of your body and feel connected and safe within. Let's take a few deep breaths together. 1. 2. 3. 'Now open yourself to receive the reading in a way that is useful for you. Ask that you get clarity and that you hear what is meant for you. Now that we are ready, let's choose your pile. So for pile 1, we have this celestite crystal. For pile 2, we have this carite. This has a difficult name to pronounce. Carite, I'm not sure. It's really beautiful. Then we have for pile 3, the deep green jade. And for pile 4, the yellow calcite. After you've seen up close all of the piles, let yourself be called towards the one or the ones you find most attractive. Go with the feeling and with your intuition. And if you would like to close your eyes and feel without seeing, then that is your thing, just do it. If you would like to go and see more and look at the crystals more, you can just skip back a little bit and look again. You may be attracted to one pile or more. You may be attracted to none. Please take into account that you may not find the right pile for you from the first time. In this case, just try again, choose another pile. Sometimes you may find that none of the piles have messages that speak to you, and that's okay. In this case, there may not be a message for you in this reading at this time. Now take your time and choose your pile. Hi pile 1 and welcome to your reading. You have chosen this crystal. This is a celestite. What I feel here immediately is like the energy is coming down. The rhythm is coming down to another state of going slower, of moving in another way. And this reading is about how to get into the flow, and I am immediately getting this image of a falling energy stream which gathers at the bottom and then it goes it actually doesn't go anywhere, it stays there. So it is a bit stuck in the bottom here. It falls, it has its own rhythm, but when it gets down, it gets gathered, it gathers, it accumulates, but it doesn't go further. So this tells me that you have this state when you get rapidly in the flow, but then the energy gets stuck. And you have so much energy, but you don't know how to move forward from that place. It's like there is some kind of a cauldron in which this energy falls, and this cauldron needs to get filled up until the energy can be used again. So you have this idea that you need to wait to accumulate energy before you move forward, because maybe you feel you don't have enough to go with the flow. There is this idea, wait, I need to have enough energy to actually be able to go with the flow. But the flow of your life, the flow of your path, it always flows. It doesn't need extra energy to move. The actual energy comes from your soul and spirit, and it always moves. So you don't have to gather up energy to move forward. This is most likely an idea of safety, so you feel supported, so you feel that you have the resources that you need to go further. But this is also lack of trust in your spirit guides, in your spirit and soul to carry you further. And you may feel that you are left behind, that you face delays on your path, and this is because you are waiting and you have a certain amount of energy that you think you need to move forward. And when you need to move forward, that energy kind of gets in your way because there is too much to do, either because you didn't take action when you felt like taking action and you decided to wait and accumulate energy, or because you just didn't know how to use that energy to move forward. You had some fears, you had some doubts, and again you waited to see how to move forward, or for a sign, or for something to make you feel safe so you can move forward. So this is the context in which you find yourselves right now, and I'm going to go ahead and choose some cards. I should have done this at the beginning, but the vision came so fast that I didn't actually have. Okay, so we immediately have 2 cards, and then maybe 1 or 2 of these. No, too many of this fell out. And another one for you about how to get in the flow of your life, connected with your path. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. We have the World and the 8 of Cups, and we have Separate and Phenomenon. I'm gonna drag this here so you can see them better. But we can see this idea of a cauldron, of you waiting for something to come so you can move. So right now, to get into the flow, you really need to trust the place you are in and the people around you and the environment where you are in. Because as I said in the vision, that accumulation is also partly because you do not feel safe to move ahead and forward and go with the flow of your path. And that kind of insecurity comes from your environment. You don't feel that safe or secure either in your workplace, in your home, or in the world, in the society, the community in which you live, and with the people around you. So go ahead and feel that. Feel that in your body. How is your body responding to your environment? Is your environment supportive? Is that community supportive of your views? Is that community accepting you as you are? Do you have the freedom to explore the community or your environment in a safe way? Do you have this ability to feel okay with yourself in the community, with the people around you? Do you feel this idea to keep yourself hidden or to keep some things that you think you should be able to share with people around you, away from them, from their eyes or from their, thinking, from their minds? How do you feel? Because yes, there is this idea here strongly felt about you feeling isolated from the world, or you finding motives not to engage, to just hang around like you're on the edge, on the side, and observe. And you observe, but you do not engage. You are a bit separated. But this also creates a kind of rupture inside of you, a rupture of trust with your environment. This doesn't mean that you should go ahead and trust anyone, but there is an environment that would support you, that would better express what you need and give you what you need, and that would better help you feel safe and secure. So this is an idea to look around you and feel directly in your body. What does not satisfy you? What is it? The aspects of your life in which you do not feel joy or find joy anymore. Where exactly do you feel left out or let down by the people around you, by the connections that you have right now, because you're dreaming of some other type of community and world? You're dreaming of something else, but that something else is not there in your reality, so you feel separate and you dream yourself in another place, in another community, or in another lifestyle. So your lifestyle here may not be actually appropriate for your connection, direct connection and powerful connection with yourself, your entire being, your spirit and your soul and your body. And the easiest way for you is to just feel in your body where that is out of connection, where that is disconnected, where you feel unsafe to engage. And why do you feel the need to sit on the side? Now, this is not actually an issue, a big issue in the way you might think. This is just so that you remember and understand what you're doing. Because it is okay that you feel the need to push yourself to the side and observe. But you are doing that so you realize that you feel unsafe in the world, that there's something that you feel it's not okay with you. And that is making you sit there, accumulate energy until you find a way to move forward. And the way to move forward for you is to renew your environment, to find out how to bring your environment in alignment with who you are right now, with your dreams, and to actually ask yourself, what do you need to feel safe in your environment and to feel connected? Because when we feel connected, we are in the flow. Because we do not actually connect with the world, so you don't actually have to connect with everything in your environment and with all of the people there. But find a way to connect with yourself so you deeply know what you need to feel safe to move forward. And when you feel that connection with yourself, then you will know how to change your environment or how to update your place, your space, so that will fit your new desires and your new needs. That accumulation of energy is there for you to use it for insight. So not necessarily to move forward. You may feel that you need that energy to move forward, but actually that energy is there to help you generate insight, orientation, and for you to have the energy to go deep and understand your environment and your connections with your environment and what makes you feel unsafe to move forward. So stay there in this place. You do not have to move forward if you do not feel like it. Do not force yourself. This space is there for you to use until you find how to engage with your environment and with the people in another way. And you will know that when you will find out about yourself, how and what makes you feel unsafe in your environment, and why do you feel the need of change? Because there is a need of change here, but right now that change is not clear. That change is just there inside of you, moving you into this state of deep insight, but that deep insight is not visible yet. So for you, the message is to sit in this place and to realize your connection and your disconnection from your environment. And when you will realize what you need to feel safe and how to get that, you will move forward. And if you feel that there is no way that you can feel safe, then that is a restriction that you are actually imposing yourself. Because there is always a possibility of moving forward if you find out and adjust to what you actually need and not to what you actually idealize as an ideal, as a desire, as something to push forward that is really perfect. So don't look for perfection here. Just look for the easiness to move forward. That is all. And what you need to make the first step, and then the second step, and then the third one. and so on. You will find out that you do not actually need as much as you think. So this has been the message for you. May you find a way to connect with the message fully, deeply within yourself, and to gather what you need to put this into practice. The easiest way to support my channel is to like the video, to go ahead and comment and let me know about your experience, to subscribe, and to share with your friends or on social media. If you subscribe, then go ahead and click the notification bell so you get notified as soon as I post something new. If you wish to connect with me, you will find more details in the description box, like for example other channels, other ways to support this channel, and my website, so you can write to me directly through the contact form, and also so you may find a way to reach for personal readings. Until next time, where I hope I will find you again, lots of love and deep connection with self and wisdom. Hello pile 2 and welcome to your reading. You have chosen this beautiful carrot stone. I feel a lot of joy in your pile as an energy, and I feel so relieved, like something has just been taken from you. A burden, something heavy, or a state of being uncomfortable with something. Like you have been just supported all of a sudden by such a beautiful, divine, loving force. And I see you, this is why I have shown my hand like that, because I see someone being carried, like someone floating on a feather, someone floating gently on a feather, and without worries, without fears, just this gentleness, this fall in yourself within you, to find this place of gentleness and love, feeling of support, and feeling of being held, in the arms of a divine mother. And there is so much tenderness here, and love and support. And I also see someone rushing into a field with wheat, grown wheat, and I see children rushing into this field, so beautiful field. The field is so beautiful, this is so idyllic, and the children smile and laugh and feel so joyful. So in this reading, we are going to explore how can you get in the flow. This means connected with your soul and spirit path, really feeling held and carried away by the universe and by a divine force with trust and love. So I will choose the cards right now because the visions came immediately, just like in the first pile. Looks like in this reading I'm just being bombarded immediately with the visions. Let's see the cards for this pile. So this one and this one, and I feel this dreamy stance, just like you're on a dream, dreaming all the time, wanting your dreams to be fully engaged with. Okay. And we have the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Just put this here so you can get to see them. And we have Patience and Tempest. Patience and Tempest don't actually move together. And this is such a contrast from the vision that I saw in the beginning, because what I felt is such a deep patience. Oh yes, patience, because that state was so beautiful. It was an idyllic state, a state in which you feel so held by love. But here, what I feel is that this state is keeping you in like a dream, because it is such a dreamy state, dreaming to be held, to be loved, to be taken care of, dreaming to have access to abundance and help, and to be joyful always, and to have this inner state of peacefulness and calm. But that is not actually reality for you. That is a dream that you are pursuing, and it is something that you wish to experience in your life. But everything is not as it seems. Everything is so unbalanced and so rapidly degenerating into something else that you feel that you need to rush things, that everything goes by so fast and things change without you, and you wish to be in that state of happiness and joy and patience and calmness. But that is just something that is connecting you with an energy, with a state in which you feel that you need to be. So you get into the flow, but actually that is hindering you. Not much, because you actually need the state that the vision has presented. You need that state to move forward and to be in the flow, but also not to stay there as a fantasy, to escape from reality and to escape from whatever is happening in your life. Because if you do that, then that state remains to be like a dream and not a reality for you, something that you aspire towards, but that never gets to be experienced, only as a thought form or only as a dream or as a meditation, but not daily in your life. So you need that state, but not to get lost in that state, not to be there, just to get away from reality. To get in the flow, you need to become more assertive. Yes, I was looking for the word, that you need to get into action, to really take action upon bringing that into your life, to have courage and to have this ability to go over obstacles and to accept risks towards everything that's happening in your life. Because life is bringing you a lot of change, and maybe you have in the past felt and gone through a lot of change, and maybe you're dreaming of that state. Well, sometimes I wish I would be just like that, held in the arms of the Divine Mother, like a child, just enjoying the abundance of life. But you're not a child. You are asked to become more mature and to take charge, to take action, and to be assertive, courageous, to move forward faster than you are doing now, to keep that state as a fuel, but to move forward and to take action based on your instincts, to think as you go, to don't stop and smell the flowers for a lot of time because you get caught up in the moment and in the pleasure of doing that. I see that you have become really accustomed to create those beautiful states for you, maybe through meditation, maybe through body work or something. But sometimes those states can also become an addiction, can also become an escape. And this is what I see here for you, that you need to become a bit more into the and I cannot find the words because there are so many resistance. There is so much resistance here, and I just saw this like a hair, someone grabbing you by the hair and keeping you awake and alert. It's like your divine team is grabbing you by the hair and asking you, hey, be more awake, be more alert. You need to engage more with reality, with what is happening, and take appropriate action. And you have this possibility, you know what to do. You're not like a child anymore sometimes. You need to take that action. And you need to trust yourself more, even if you make those mistakes. And yes, have patience, but patience doesn't need to become a delay. Patience doesn't need to be like that state in which you always wonder and you escape in. Because sometimes, and in your case here, patience gets you into that state, into wanting to exemplify and get into a meditative state, into a state of joy and love and comfort and being held by divinity. But that becomes like an addictive state for you, and this is why the tempest comes over and your divine teams just grabs you by the hair and asks you to, hey, wake up. Yes, that is a beautiful state to be in, but you don't have to stay there because, well, you might get just hit in the head by lightning, you know. Just permit the energy to work with you and permit the action to flow through you, because yes, you do not have trust in your actions, so you can flow with the actions and with whatever comes through you as action from an instinctual point of view. You don't have this safety to take action and to trust yourself to take the risks that you need to take to move forward. And this is why here you are invited to go ahead, to trust more in your action, to just do it. Just do it. Don't wait as much. Don't be as patient. Yes, you need patience, but sometimes this is just a block for you. This is just an obstacle for you. An obstacle, and then you need to be hit by lightning so you can wake up again from that state of, because it becomes laziness. It becomes a state in which you do not move anymore, passivity, in which you do not do anything. And then life wakes you up with something. So go ahead and take action, and you don't have to just change immediately to take really difficult actions or to make really difficult choices. Just go ahead and follow your passion. Do the actions that feel easy. You don't have to make this harder for you. You don't have to. you have this idea to be patient, so you can assess the risk, so you can find a way to analyze the situation, and in some situations that is very much needed. But for you here, what I'm seeing is that you do this also for the easy actions, for what is obvious that you need to do, for what is uncomplicated, simple and clear. And this is getting in your way, and it's getting you out of your flow. So to get in the flow, trust yourself more to go ahead and take action on the easy things, on the passions that you have, on whatever you feel passionate about, and to wake yourself up to engage more with your life and with reality and what is happening around you. So this has been the message for you of how to get in the flow. May you find a way to put this into practice in an easy way. So this may be of use to you, and so this may integrate into your life easily. So if you would like to support my channel, I would very much thank you for that. So you can like the video, you can comment and let me know about your experience, share the video with your friends or on social media, and subscribe. If you subscribe, then don't forget to click the notification bell so you can get notified as soon as I post something new. In the description box, you will find other channels to connect with me, other ways to support this channel, and my website, in which you can find more info about me, about my work, and the shop as a way for you to reach for personal readings. Until next time, where I hope I will see you again, all of my best to you wherever you are, day and night. May you find a way to take action with love and wisdom. Hi Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. You have chosen this crystal. It's a dark green jade. Through this reading, we are going to see how to get in the flow. This means connected with your path, connected with your divine team, your soul and spirit, so you can have access to abundance and luck and productivity and love and joy and all of the good stuff. So first, let's choose the cards for you. And here what I see is water. I see a lot of water, and I feel to choose just one card for you. We will see if I will feel to choose more. What I see is the ocean here for you. So I see water coming and going, and some sticks, wooden sticks, sticking out on the beach, but in the water, just a few feet in the water, and I see a lot of sticks. That's really strange because usually you don't see anything growing there. So the water is coming and going, and those wooden sticks just stay there, and I see them grow. And they grow and they grow. They don't make any leaves. They're not trees. They just grow in height. And yes, they make a few branches, but they are small and without any leaves. They just grow taller and taller, and that's all. Nothing is actually making something or generating like a fruit to give forward or to enjoy. So from the vision here, what I see is that you are trying to connect with your divine team. You are doing your best. You have connected with your subconscious, and you are trying to reach out into the divine realms, and you're doing a good job. I see you nourishing yourself and also supporting this growth and this spiritual development. But right now you're striving you're striving to reach your divine self, and you have planted yourself, you have um, connected in a way that is a bit cumbersome, let's say. You have connected in a way that is nourishing you, yes, but it is also putting you at risk. It also doesn't bring back much fruit, so it's not fruitful. Yes, you're striving, you're growing, you're developing, but you're not actually gathering results. So what you're doing in your spiritual development doesn't seem to actually get you in the flow, so you can access abundance, so you can access actually your divine team. This is sterile. This is what I feel here. You're growing, yes, but you're growing in a sterile way. You don't have you don't have results, and this is kind of a state of sadness. Yes, you're doing so many things and you're growing in the way you reach, in the way you try to connect with your divine team, but this doesn't seem to bring back results. And this is kind of disconnecting you from the flow, because the flow is there, is nourishing you, but you're not actually going with the flow. You're trying to stay fixed in one place and connect from there instead of actually going with the flow. So I see the flow of the ocean going back and forth, nourishing you, but you're not actually moving with it. You're standing, trying to connect in a cumbersome way. So the way you're doing this, it's not actually working, and it's actually separating you from the flow. Now let's see here more about the Ace of Wands, this, and wisdom. Oh, okay. The Ace of Wands has come up also for pile 2. So if you feel like going to pile 2, maybe that would also click for you. But I can see why I haven't chosen more cards for your pile. Because you need more wisdom here to connect. Oh, and look at this. This is the stick. Let me show. And this is the ocean. There is the ocean here, and this is like a stick. It's not like the one I saw. This one has flowers, has something, producing something. So the methods that you've been using to connect with your divine team has actually brought you into this impasse, because you're kind of in an impasse. You're doing a lot of things. You are accessing information, but you're not transforming that information into wisdom. So you don't actually know how to use the information that you're getting. You may have been getting guidance, flashes of inspiration. Also, you may have been looking for guidance, or also accessing guidance through several ways, but you do not yet know how to apply. And that is the wisdom here, because if we know how to apply it to ourselves, then we transform that data, the information we receive, into meaning and wisdom, and we are ready to apply it immediately. But if we do not know, then we grow sterile. Just as in my vision, we accumulate information, but we just don't know how to produce that fruit, how to make that information work for us. So how to get in the flow for you is to work with the information you already have and look for guidance that helps you bring that into connection with your life, because you may have information, but that is just like information that is there in the air, and it's not actually connected with you personally, with your life, with who you are. And you're kind of overwhelmed by a lot of information, and that is not useful. You don't need a lot of information to bring wisdom. You just need what is relevant for you. So what I feel here is that you don't actually know for now what is relevant for you, and this is why you're going and searching for a lot of information. The message for you here is to stop a moment, to just take stock of what is going on in your life, to look back at the information you've received, at the guidance that you've received, and go deeper. You need to go deeper into that information and take action on what you already have and not look further. Because as you look further and you need more and more, just as that stick was just growing and needing more information, you're just not in the flow of what you already have. To get in the flow, you need to connect with the information already received and go deeper and transform that information into wisdom. And how to do that? Well, there are several ways, but I'm going to speak in a general way here. For example, if you have received guidance through readings, because this is a simple way for me to explain. If you have received guidance through readings or through reading books or through workshops or in another way, just ask yourself right now, which of that guidance calls you back? And you might not feel like anything calls you back, because this is the actual resistance which pushes you forward, thinking, well, that is nothing. I need something new. I need something more relevant, because I cannot not apply that. I don't know how to use that, or I don't feel like that is what I need. So that is part of your resistance. If you feel like not going back and always going further, then you're kind of avoiding to go back and go deep and actually transforming that information into wisdom. So right now, the first thing to do is to confront that resistance that you have and to take action by going back. And by going back, what I mean is, for example, go back to a workshop or some reading that you have received. It doesn't actually matter which one. Let's say the most recent one. Go back to that and start working with it. Because there are things there that you didn't see. There are things there that can be transformed into wisdom that you didn't see. There are still a lot of things to get from that information. When we get a reading, for example, immediately we just get data. So our subconscious and our unconscious get some data. Our conscious usually just gets a glimpse of the information, that which resonates in the moment, that which confirms most of the things that you expect, and that's about it. So you can be really superficial in just engaging with your conscious when you go and listen to a reading or a workshop, or when you read a book. So here the message for you to get in the flow is to go back and get deeper into what you've received and stop going forward for now until you just find out how to work with what you receive. Because if you do not actually know how to work with what you receive, then nothing will be useful for you. Nothing that comes in will be useful for you. Yes, you will get some information and immediate insight, but that is just on the surface. You will not get to apply it and really transform that into wisdom if you do not get to learn more from what you receive. And how to work with readings, you will also find on my channel a lot of information on how to start working with readings, so you can transform the information you get into wisdom. So you may actually start with that. That can help you with the readings, but that can be applied also to workshops or other types of information that you can access. And trust yourself more when you do this. Trust yourself more, because this is also a question of trust. You expect that others should give you the wisdom, but the thing is, others actually offer you the wisdom, but we are usually not able to access it, unpack it, unfold it inside of ourselves until we go and look deeper into it. You know, when someone gives you something that has depth, for example, a glass of water, you look at it the first time, you just see the outer layers and you just see maybe the surface, right? It's water, right? So you just dismiss it. But if you would like to actually bring the wisdom into your life and to apply it and to benefit from it and to really change your life with it, then you need to go and look deeper into the water and actually work with that water and understand more about it. Now, that is a simple example. You will see your reflection in the water by in this example, and that is a point of start. This is how you look. When you look deeper into something, you also see yourself, and this is why here you need to have more courage to go deeper, to look into yourself more deeper. And you do this by looking into the wisdom you receive, and then you see after a while your reflection and learn more about yourself. So this has been the message for you. May you find a way to apply this message. This is why I always say this, to encourage you to find a way to go deeper into the message and to learn to apply things, because this is the only way you will actually make positive change in your life. So go ahead and listen to the guidance of your soul and spirit. They will help you learn how to apply and how to transform information into wisdom. And if you would like to support my channel, then go ahead and like the video, comment and let me know about your experience. Share the video with your friends and on social media. Subscribe, and if you subscribe, don't forget to click the notification bell so you get notified as soon as I post something new. If you would like to reach for a personal reading, then you can find that in my shop on my website. Go ahead and explore that. If you don't find a reading to suit you, just write to me. I will orientate and help you and create structures for you to choose from. If you would like to know more about me, then again you will find the website in the description box, with the shop as well. And you can also find other channels to connect with me and another way to support this channel. Until next time, where I hope I will see you again, all of my best to you. May you find a way to connect deeper with yourself with love and wisdom. Hi Pearl number 4, and welcome to your reading. You have chosen this yellow calcite crystal, beautiful tiny stone. I will choose the cards first, and then we will see how to get in the flow for pile 4. How to get in the flow for pile 4. And immediately then I will see the visions and we will get on with the reading. I like to choose the cards in the front. Okay, that's it. Now we can go ahead with the reading. And let's see what I see here for you. At first I see nothing, so it's just this blank black space, and I see just a tiny light in the distance, and I'm getting closer to it, and then I am getting away from it. I am afraid of that light, and I'm afraid of what I might find in it, and I'm kind of circling it right now, trying to figure out if it is safe to go in. Maybe I will disappear if I go into the light. What actually will happen? So I can see here that the unknown is not necessarily always black, like you see here. It can always also be a light, and you don't know what is happening if you go into the light. And that is kind of the idea of flow. So here you are afraid to get into the flow, and that is afraid to be connected with yourself. This is actually common. We are, many of us may be afraid to connect with ourselves because we may find out we are ugly, or we may find out things we cannot accept about ourselves. So we circle the light. We just stay away. We are weary of it. We look at it with lack of trust, with doubt. We look at it with just this state of wonder, but also fear. What is there? Who am I? And this keeps you away from the flow. This disconnection from your divine self keeps you away from the flow, and also away from your potential, who you can and will become. And I feel so much confusion here, because as you get closer to the light, you get confused. So you may have tried to know more about yourself, but you always get confused. Either when you receive a reading or information about yourself, you don't feel connected with that information. It's like it's someone else's information. It's not me, you may think. You don't know how to connect that information with yourself. And this keeps you from accessing the flow on your path. And the flow is that moment when we accept to be driven by our divine team, but also we choose to go with the flow, and we choose to accept the abundance, our gifts, and we are in sync with ourselves. And here what I see is that you're afraid to do that, and you're kind of treating your divine team with doubt, and also yourself, because of this increasing worry you're actually worried that you might not be what you think you are. You're actually worried and confused about what might be there and what you may find out about yourself, and you may also feel this way about this reading as well. You may not feel connected with the guidance that comes from your soul and spirit as well, and not really recognize your intuition from something else. And that something else may be your subconscious programming, your projections onto the world, the fears, the doubts, the actual fantasies, the illusions, the lies that you tell yourself, and the lies that you've learned to tell yourself, the programming in the world. So there are a lot of things to get confused in. So you can give yourself a break and let go of blaming yourself because you don't know all of this. It's okay. It's okay, really. It's part of our journey to first separate so we can actually see ourselves. And you're looking for yourself. You're actually close. You're looking at your divine team and spirit, but you don't know yet how to approach this part of you. Okay, yep. So we have, this is the Three of Swords. And we see this reversed here for you, and then the Seven of Pentacles. And here we have Epiphany and Source. Yes. So that light that I saw in the vision, the source. Now, the source that we are trying to connect is usually our soul. This is our connection with the larger source, the universe, because our soul is actually a part of the source, of the never-ending source consciousness of the universe. So we always search that light in ourselves, and we search to connect with our soul. And you are close, you are there looking at the light. So you are facing the light of your soul. You are there, but you're having so much doubt, and you're circling yourself. And I see there are a lot of disappointments here, trying to get into the flow, trying to have this connection with your source, with your soul, doing a lot of things to reach that, and having little result. Yes, you're having some results, but this mental confusion here, you're caught up in your own lies. And wow, I just immediately felt so much resistance. No! This is your intellect, because that confusion is also making you not see the lies you're tangled in, and confusion and the illusion and all of that, because they they have promised you something, and this is something you've learned. Most of the times we learn the lies. We do not actually want to lie to ourselves, but we learn to lie either because we wish to feel safe in the world, or we wish to escape something, or we're not sure of who we are, or we just don't actually understand many things. So the lies are just more comfortable. They are just more approachable instead of the truth. And yeah, that is something to think about, that the lies are always more approachable than the truth. And it's usually easier to reach the lies than the truth of who you are, the source, the epiphany, the connection with yourself. So at first, you will always get to the lies and the confusion and the subconscious programming and whatever has been seeded in your subconscious and has grown into a lot of things there. So this is a common experience. This is not something that you should blame yourself for. This is something we all go through, and we will get to the other side. You will get to the other side. You're close, right? You're just in front of that light. You just don't know what to do there and how to deal with that, with the experience. The experience is just too much for you. You're not actually ready to go into that light, to have that connection, and it is okay. You don't have to force yourself, because there is an idea of forcing yourself, and then another idea of keeping yourself safe and away and insecure, and always looking for what you've done wrong, always blaming yourself. There is such a negative pattern of thinking here that is blaming yourself and also blaming the light for whatever. Because you feel like in the light you're gonna find something that's not comfortable, and that is actually true. That is true, because you're gonna see the lies, you're gonna see the deceptions, you're gonna see the illusions, the subconscious programming. You're gonna see what is not you. But you're actually afraid that all of those things are you, and that's everything that you are. That you are actually the lies. But the lies are just like the illusions, shadows on the wall. They're just nothing. Once you see them, really see them, they'll just disappear, and the light will remain. Your essence will always be the one that will remain alive and always there for you. You don't have to be fearful that it will disappear, because this is a part of you that thinks that once you get into the light will disappear, because the light will transform into lies, deception, illusion. You will find out that the light is actually an illusion, that you yourself are an illusion, that you do not exist. This is actually the biggest thing that we are afraid of, that we will get to a point to find out that we do not exist. But that is not your actual fear. That is the fear of your ego, because your ego, it's an illusionary structure. It is a structure that has been created to keep you away from yourself, and also because of the world, to protect you, to connect you with the lies and the projections and the egos of the other people, so you may survive. So this is just a survival protection. And when you go into the light and you find out who you are, yes, you will find out that that persona, the ego, the construct, is just a construct. You're not just that. That is a part of you, yes, but you're not just that. And that persona will see themselves as an illusion, and they're afraid of that. And they have been built to keep you away from the light, because they are afraid for you to see that they are an illusion, not you. So not the real you. The real you will never be put off by anything. That light is not something that can be extinguished by lies. The lies will disappear. You will not be the lies. So that fear And all of the fears that are there in front of your light, don't be afraid of them. They are there so you can actually see them, and you are using your own light to shed to them a way to make them disappear, to look into their eyes, to confront them and see what they are about. So that confusion, those things that you are seeing, just keep looking at them. Yes, that is actually a really big thing to do. That is difficult. That means to look at all of the uncomfortable things, the pains, the traumas, the subconscious programming. But that is the only way to connect with yourself, to go through all of that. And this is how you will discover who you are and have this epiphany of connection with yourself instead of being so separate. Because right now you feel like you're working against yourself, and that resistance that is there is working against yourself, auto-sabotaging you. You are auto-sabotaging you, yes. And you're keeping yourself away from who you really are. And also making things very difficult. You're making so much complications there that are not actually real. You don't have to go into all of the complications. You know, when you go into all of the complications, that is also a distraction. That is also to keep you busy and away from the light. So yes, there are a lot of things for you to discover. And you're closer than you think, but don't kid yourself. This will take a while. This may take years and even lifetimes. This is a long road ahead of you. This is not something that can be achieved like this. And but it's not something that is never possible. It is not something that you will not achieve, that you will not do anything with, because you may feel that, well, it takes a long while, then why bother? I'm not gonna make it. But as you work on this, you will increase your connection with your soul. So you're not doing this for nothing. Yes, you're not gonna, maybe it's gonna take a lot of time to really create a stable connection. But every time you work on your shadows and on your disappointments and on your mental lies and deception, you get closer. So it is worth it. You get closer as you work on this, and it will take time, patience, and a lot of energy, but it is worth it because you will get more and more connected with who you are by doing this work. So do not put yourself down thinking that you're not gonna get it, that you're never gonna achieve this, that is something impossible. That is also part of the confusion and the lies. So now just prepare yourself with courage and with patience, and acknowledge that you're gonna make small steps, but each step is going to bring you so much more connection and intuition and enhanced peace, inner peace, and enhanced abundance and all of that. But each step is gonna require a lot of energy and commitment, devotion to it. But each step of the way, you will get results, and those results will lift you up immediately, and you will get so much more joyful immediately as you get those results, because you will find trust in yourself, You will find confidence. You will say, oh, this is actually working. Yes, it is. This is actually working. And as you go through this, it will work better and better. And this is actually what needs to happen for you to get more into the flow right now. So this has been the message for you. I hope you open up to guidance from your divine team on how to apply the message so you get into action and you take the practical steps needed for this to happen. If you would like to support my channel, then go ahead and comment, let me know about your experience. Click the like button, share the video with your friends on social media, and subscribe. If you subscribe, then do not forget to click the notification bell so you get notified as soon as I post something new. If you would like to reach for personal reading, then go ahead and explore my website, link in the description box, with the shop in which you will find a lot of readings. And you can also write to me directly through the contact form, so you get oriented if you do not know what to choose or how to approach a reading. And in the description box you can also find more information, other channels to connect with me, and another way to support this channel. Until next time, where I hope I will find you again or see you again. All of my best to you, wherever you are day and night. May you find your way and trust more the light that you see in yourself, the goodness that you see in yourself, your gifts, your divine intuition and wisdom, and you connect through love to who you really are.